Welcome to Lunch with Biggie, a podcast about small business and creatives sharing their stories and inspiring you. My guest today is an example of self-belief, determination, and positive mindset. He's a basketball trainer, motivator, and motivational speaker, inspiring thousands to believe in themselves, push past their limits, and make every day count. Please welcome your mindset point guard, AJ Rompza. What's going on, AJ?
How are you, brother? Happy Friday to you, man. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much for being on, man. I really appreciate it. I always like to ask the question, since obviously I love sandwiches. What's your go-to lunch or sandwich?
Don't get upset with me. I do love sandwiches. I love like subs and stuff, but I'm super plain. Like I'm like turkey, cheese, maybe a couple of jalapenos, a little spicy mayo, mustard on it. But I'm super plain when it comes to it. But I do love sandwiches, Biggie.
If you don't eat a sandwich, what do you typically eat? Like, what do you typically eat? I know everyone always goes to the sandwich for me, but like, what's a typical AJ Rompza meal?
Man, I completely switched my diet, man. I've been, whether it's small little things where it's not overeating, where I feel like I'm hungry, let me eat a bunch. I feel like just doing some yogurts, doing some small stuff, some little cheeses or whatever, making eggs, but just being very, very disciplined with my diet as I've gotten older.
Okay. I love that. I love that. So I want you to tell people. I'll preface this for the audience listening. I've known AJ Rompza since 2008 when he graced the courts of UCF basketball. He played UCF basketball. His story is amazing, and I've been a huge fan of him ever since. But I want people to kind of hear a little bit of your origin story. Yeah. As you came from Chicago, you're 5'8", and it's funny to see how different people had so many different sizes for you, by the way, as I researched you. But you were told numerous times you couldn't and wouldn't play basketball, yet you earned a D1 scholarship at UCF. Can you talk a little bit about the mindset and the discipline you developed to overcome and prove so many people wrong?
Brother, I got goosebumps just because it's crazy to sit here and 20 something years later from when I started to be able to tell my story. And that's why I say the power of never giving up. And growing up in Chicago, it's basketball heaven there. I watched Michael Jordan win 6 championships. My family, we used to watch him, cheer him on. So I fell in love with the game young. I was 3 years old when I had a ball, when I was balancing on a ball. I'm the youngest of 5. So my brother always played, my sisters played. Like it was just something I loved. And just that doubt everyone had in me at such a young age, man. Hey, my dad told me, hey, maybe play baseball. People tell me, yo, you'll never be able to do it. Like I had to have that mindset at a young age. And whether it was going to the YMCA, whether it was playing with my brother's friends who were 10 years older, it's like I always had to have that self-confidence. I always had to believe. And it was like whenever I didn't get picked up, man, we don't want him to get hurt. He's too small. He's this. It's like, of course I would cry and I would walk back, but then I would go work out for 2 or 3 hours in the backyard. I would work on my shot. My brother would wake me up at 6 a.m. before school at 7, 8 years old, which is absolutely crazy. But that stuff is what stuck with me as a 35-year-old man now. Obviously, I want to go to one of the top high schools in Chicago, Whitney Young High School, where it was like I came from a small Catholic school on the north side of Chicago where people are like, hey, you're absolutely nuts. Like, you won't make the freshman B team there. We get that you're really good in middle school. That's a different ballgame. You want to play against the best in the world, like at that high school. And I'm like, at a young age, I'm like, man, everybody's telling me what I can't do. I don't know why. It's like, I'll outwork anyone. So it's like, we fast forward, not to tell the whole story, but I end up going to Whitney Young as a freshman. I start varsity as a freshman. I become one of the top point guards in the city. And my attitude is I just want to win because no one ever wanted to pick me up as a kid. No one ever wanted me on the team. So it's like, I just wanted to be there because I was so happy to be around the team. So it's like, how do I make everybody better? How do I just win? And that's when I had to have leadership. And the leadership, again, stuck with me to this day where it's like, that's what I love doing. I love making others better. I love inspiring the world. And it's through the game of basketball. So that's why I tell people you can never give up. Again, I became one of the top sophomores, one of the top teams. And then my senior year, which was really big, I was probably top point guard in the state of Illinois. And we were the number 1 team in the state, top 5 team in the country. Like you're telling a kid that said, hey, you won't be able to make your freshman B team to now leading one of the top schools in the country. So it's like, no, heck no, I want people to understand. Everybody told me my entire life, Biggie, what you can't do. That's why I know I'm on this earth to tell everybody you can do anything. And then after that, like becoming that, it was so hard for me to earn a college scholarship. I'm telling you exactly what we just did. One of the top teams in the country. We got 7 D1 guys on my team. Literally, averaging 25 points my senior year, 8 assists. Like, oh man, you're too small. You did some awesome things in high school. I know you're playing against Derrick Rose, Patrick Beverly, Mon Shumpert, some of the best guards that ever come out of. It's crazy, man. Like this 5'7" kid that has big dreams and goals is having an impact in Chicago basketball, which is unheard of. But it was that mindset of like, I'm not giving up. I've been playing basketball since I was 3. I'm 18 now. I'm not just going to give up and say, oh, you know what? It's too hard to play college basketball. I can only worry about what I can control, and I bring that mindset every single day. I can't control my height. I can't control what others say about me. I can't control how many people say I can't do it. I can control my effort, my attitude, and how I show up every day. So I was just going to keep outworking everyone, and I had some small scholarships from here and there, and then finally UCF. Coach Kirk Spirall came to some practices. There was talking. And I'll be completely honest with you, man. There was like 5 point guards ahead of me that they had on scholarship. Like, oh, we'll see, we'll see what happens. And I'm just like, I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. That's my attitude. I don't care. It always works its way out. And I'm going to keep showing up every single day. And to fast forward it, man, it's crazy. I came down on an unofficial visit. Unofficial visit, man. I swear there's, I want to say 4 or 5 other point guards on scholarship. So I'm like, I'm going to pick you up full court. You think I care? Like, oh man, we're here on scholarship. Like, I mean, I want to earn a scholarship. I got to do whatever it takes. I'm picking them up 94 feet. I'm from Chicago. I'm getting in their face. I'm pushing them. I'm like, man, this is a tryout. Ended up doing really well, man. Obviously playing with Jermaine Taylor Young, like just all the guys there, man. It blended so it was incredible. And then in October, just my senior year, right before it started, man, I remember we were at the football game. I'll never forget that call. I was driving with my teammates, and a coach was like, "Man, we want to offer you a scholarship." And it was the most incredible time of my life, man, because it was like just as a young kid, 18 years old, to be able to do that, to be able to save my family money and just be able to do something I set out to do as a young kid from Chicago. It's like to be there was just, it was absolutely incredible, Biggie. It really was, man. It's a testimony to never giving up, to believing in yourself every day, to never quit. It's only worry about what we can control.
It's funny because all the positivity, all the gratitude, everything that I see, and all the energy that you have, and it makes sense then what you say of like doing all the little things, because let me tell you, you are the person, and I would watch you, and I would basically, man, I'm like, he is like a little he is like the biggest pest and the biggest pain in the ass, but he's one of those where, like, in the sense of on the court, because you're one of those players that, like, they love you if you're on their team, but if you're
Yes.
not on their team, you will do everything you can to get in the other opposing team's head. And it is amazing to watch and see you do that. Now, I'm kind of curious because I've been told by a lot of my friends and stuff like that, people around me, they're like, hey man, he's like, you're so positive and this and that. I'm just kind of curious on, like, as being such a positive person, would you say that you learned this from someone? Because when I hear like the story about like the family and everything like that, and like, and believing in yourself, was there a coach? Was there a family member? Like, where did this mindset, where did you learn this mindset from? And then also, how do you strengthen it or practice or harness it?
That's an incredible question, Biggie. I give a lot of love to my brother. My brother, he used to write stuff on my wall. I could, write this stuff down. You can do anything before you go to bed, and that was at a young age. But also showed me how to work. You know what I mean? I was going to the gym for 3 4 hours after school, just staying in the gym. My parents were getting a divorce when I was at the age of 6, so I used basketball as a sanctuary for me. So it was. I do give a lot of credit to my brother. Obviously, my family. It was something that I had to have it as a young age. And it's funny that you say that, because a lot of people, man, before, they're like, man, there's no way this dude's this positive. Like, there's no way this dude's got to be faking it. And it's like, this is what my life is. I've had to be this, not as a 25-year-old, as a young kid, 5 or 6 years old, and tell myself I can do anything. I can believe in I have to believe in myself, because if I don't believe in myself, you think anybody else will? I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in myself. If I were to listen to these people, I would have gave up 20 years ago when I was in middle school. And it's like, this is the journey. This is the path that I'm on. And again, I tell everybody, I go through more challenging times than anybody in this world. I can truly say that. But I let those times build me up. I don't let those times break me. When I pray and when I do stuff that I say, yo, I want to inspire the world, you think it's just going to come through everything being perfect? No, it's imperfect. My whole life's been imperfect. My whole life has been built off challenges. That's why I'm here today. It wasn't easy. Everything I've had in my life, I've had to earn it. Whether it was playing time, whether it was going to the top high school, whether it was my college scholarship, whether it's my work that I do, it's constantly showing up every day, showing up when I don't feel like it, showing up when I got knocked down, and showing back up every day with that mindset of I can. And that's why I'm like, I'm on this earth to tell people, listen, you can do anything. If it was easy, the whole world would do it. Everybody would earn the college scholarship if it took 2 months. To earn my one college scholarship, that took 15 years, Biggie. That took 15 years of everyday belief, of getting knocked down and showing back up and saying, you got this. And it's the same thing that's helped me in my life today. Again, I'm going through more challenges. I don't let those times break me. I let all these times make me. I let these times build me up to a better person, to a better man, so I can help more people. And the people feel it from the heart because, again, you feel the challenges. If I said, well, everything has been given to me, my parents, they paid the coaches for playing time, I wouldn't be here talking about what it takes. I've never had any handouts. And that's why I'm so grateful every day. Gratitude changed my life, man. Yes, I've had to be positive, but then when I really focused on, man, this is what I have, Biggie, every day my eyes open up, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for this journey, the food, a roof over my head. Oh man, like that's no, it's not crazy because none of that's guaranteed. So why would I not be grateful for that?
Yeah. And I want to tell people, if you follow AJ on Instagram, A Rompza3, and they'll be in the show notes,
And I
you'll
appreciate it.
hear, like, yes, you'll see a lot of like trick shots and amazing things that he does. But one of the things that he does, and I appreciate, and I love watching it, whether in his stories and everything else, is the importance of gratitude and being thankful. And so and I love that you actually you hit on that. But I also want to know is, can you tell people why it's such an important message for others to practice? Because I think that's something that people forget. It is something that you practice. It is
Oh yeah,
something that you're supposed to write down and actually be conscious of it. It's not something that you just like, oh, I'm grateful. Like I feel like, and I know because I think you write down 15 things that
yep,
you're grateful for every day, I think is what I've
yep,
read. I
yep.
do something where I, right off the bat, I have at least my top five, like top five things. And it could be as trivial as, like you said, I woke up, which some people may think it's like, oh, no, what's the big deal? But I woke up to my dog. I'm grateful for my dog. I mean, it's like there's all these things that we're grateful for. So can you kind of hit on that, on like how you practice gratitude to be able to, if someone is not aware of it, because I preach it all the time, but I'm just kind of curious on like how would you tell someone, like if someone said, I don't really know how to practice gratitude, like what do I do? What should I do? How would you recommend someone to do, what to do, or how to start?
Man, it's like anything. You just have to start. We all psych ourselves out, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's, I'll do it later. I'll just start today. Start with three things you're grateful for. And I tell everybody the consistency changes your life. If you do gratitude for 3 days, you'll be okay, but it's the everyday. I rewired my brain to focus on everything that I do have. I rewired my brain to be grateful for everything that I do have. And I only say, hey, it changed my life because I want other people to know, hey, gratitude can change my life. When you focus on everything you don't have, you'll never be happy. You'll be miserable every day. Well, I don't have this. Well, I don't have that. Yeah. When you focus on everything that you do have, whether it's, and I say, Biggie, I say everybody's gratitude is different. I'm grateful for this. You may be grateful for that. You focus on what you're grateful for, what you have in your life, whatever it is, because everyone's life is different. But I would just say, hey, just start it. And sometimes it's so funny, man. I go around whenever I go out places, man, tell me three things you're grateful for. And that's how I know it's an impact because people are like, they get weird because people don't do it. And it's like, man, I'm here to shine the light. I'm here to make people uncomfortable so that they feel great. And then it's like, oh, I'm having a bad day. You're not having a bad day. You're having a bad moment. You're alive. As long as you woke up today, that's all you need. Some people didn't wake up today. Oh, well, I'm not that. I know. So I need you to be grateful that you're actually here. Because the moment you don't wake up, that's when you have a problem. If you wake up, it's a mindset. I can deal with anything. I can handle anything. But again, I've trained my mind to get to this point in my life as a young kid, and it stuck with me. And it wasn't easy. But practicing gratitude every day, saying five things that you're thankful for, whether you write it down, whether you say it in your mind. Our minds are computers. Whatever you tell it, that's what it does. Oh, I'm tired. That's why I tell people, don't say you're tired. It's gonna listen to that. I'm tired. Yeah. You're telling it exactly what you I'm strong today. I feel confident today. I'm a winner. How do you
I
speak to
got
yourself?
this. Yeah.
It determines your day, but it determines your life. That's why I'm sitting here talking about how do you change your mindset because it change your attitude with gratitude. That's why I'm here. And it's like again, if I would have gave up a long time ago, I wouldn't be here inspiring the world, man. And I'm saying this because it's crazy. As a young kid, yo, you'll never be able to play basketball. You'll never be able to play at the highest level. I play at the highest level. Oh, you'll never be able to inspire and motivate people. It's too hard. I'm doing both. I probably picked the two hardest things you can do in life being 5'7", playing basketball and motivating the world. But it's like, don't tell me what I can't do. I'm going to show you what I can do because I won't ever give up. And I do it from the heart. Otherwise, you can't do it. If you're just if you're gonna go half in, you won't do it. You got to go all in. I went in all in on basketball. I went all in on life and motivation because this is my purpose. Whatever your purpose is, you must find that. Nobody else knows your purpose, and that's why I wake up every day grateful because I have a purpose to help people.
How so usually, like, and I'm kind of curious, like, and I've heard different people have different perspectives on how they do this, but like, how do you energize, like, you obviously, and I know people will say to you, there's no way, AJ, you could be like this all the time. There are going to be moments where you may have, like, how do you energize yourself? How do you fill your cup? Because, like, how is it that when you fill your cup, is it meditation? Is it just sitting and actually just sitting and listening and just actually enjoying the moments? Like, how is it that you fill that cup whenever when your cup's kind of empty? Because I will say, AJ, it is when you're exuding this much positivity, and I know, because and obviously I don't I you're like an Energizer bunny, but I will say that, like, for me, sometimes I know I can tell, I can see that sometimes when you're giving and giving and giving, you gotta, and you're not expecting anyone to give back to you. You gotta fill your own cup. So, like, how is it that you fill your cup?
And I love that, and I love this question because everyone says that, man, there's no way this dude has that much energy. It's like I'm living my
Yeah.
purpose. I said this as a young kid, whether through basketball, whether through life, man, I want to have an impact on the world. But it's what you do when you get here. Now, if I get here and I'm like, oh well, I didn't really, that means I didn't really want it, Biggie. So it's like my purpose every day is to have fulfillment. Now I got 12 nieces and nephews that look up to me. I got people all around the world, kids that I don't even know, from China, from all around, like, oh, your videos inspire me, your motive. So it's like that fills my cup up. That feel to have purpose every day, to be able to be able to make others better. That's a choice. So it's like every day. That's why I say I find the gratitude in every day. Hang on, I told you shortly where I come from and what I've had to go through. So to be here now and you fast forward, I don't take this for granted. I don't take a day for granted. And the reason why I fill my cup up every day, the way I have to, I work on myself every day. I go to the gym every day. Every day. I don't go for my physical appearance. I go for my mental because I've had to go as a young kid. It changed my life. I do 2 hot yogas a day. 2 hot yogas a day. Anyone that knows what hot yoga does, it changed my mind. When I went through when I go through tough times, you can sit there and break, or you can sit there and let those times make you. I want to be a stronger man. I want to be a stronger person so that I can help more people, not just for me. So people are like, how are you able to do this? Because I pour into myself every day. I couldn't give the world the love if I didn't love myself. It's impossible. I would be drained.
Yeah.
So it's like that
No, I
every
love
day,
that.
working on myself, Biggie, working on myself every day. And through the hard times, 115-degree hot yoga, you know how hard that is? That's why I tell people, listen, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you.
What do you think is something that most wouldn't guess just by seeing your Instagram? Like, is
You know
is
what's
there
funny?
anything that, yeah.
No, I'm just, because again, I mean, people that know me, they know I've been doing the trick shots forever. Like back at UCF, I used to drop it from the top of the arena. Like there was just
Uh-huh.
social media. There's
I've
social media.
seen
So
I've seen all those videos.
you see what
I've
I'm saying?
lived
So
through
it's
those
like,
videos.
and again, I think just obviously the energy and like, oh, is this dude real? That's why when people meet me, they're like, wait, you're really who you want, like portray. Because again, let's be honest, a lot of people on Instagram are different from what they are in real life. So it's like,
Amen.
so I made this a real lifestyle where it's like, wait, this dude really, he really brings it like this because that's the impact I want to have. But I also just think the full court shots without looking, I was the first one to ever do that. But I feel like even with the AI now, where it's like, oh wait, this even when I was posting them 6, 7 years ago, no one's ever seen it before. How is this dude making a full court shot, not looking? But it's like, what's it start with? It starts with believing. I think I can do it, so I know that I'll do it. If I didn't think I could hit it full court, guess what? I wouldn't be able to do it. It would show. So it's that belief in myself. I can do anything, absolutely anything. So I'd say if somebody saw the Instagram, they're like, "There's no way that's real, man. If it's not real, I'm not going to put it out there."
What? So I mentioned in the intro that you're a basketball trainer in LA, and I have to mention, I have to name this because it's pretty badass when I get to watch someone that I've watched play basketball. Like, you've coached and trained athletes, young and old, but you've worked with celebs, everyone from like Adam Levine, Adam Sandler, Lil Wayne, Zoe Saldana, to name a few. How the heck did that happen? Like, how did that all happen? I'm just kind of curious because obviously, like, I know like everything happened like, after college, and then when
Yep.
you went to go pro, and then in Europe, and then you decided you wanted to start training and you started doing like the trick shots. But how did that all, like, because obviously you went and you moved from, I know you said you had a stint a little bit with family helping them out in Chicago, decided to move to California.
Yeah.
how, like, what was it that kind of like led to the fact of you, so all of a sudden now, like, I mean, you were like, I mean, that's got to be a competitive thing to be a basketball trainer. How did you, like, what was it like, what was it like that kind of led to it? Was there something or someone that kind of gave you an opportunity? Because the thing is this, and I know that passion is contagious. When people see your passion, see what you're doing and what you're bringing, then obviously it spreads like wildfire. So my question
You
is,
just said,
what was the ignition? What was the ignition that led to this? Because I know I can understand why people and celebs want to like work with you because of, and family and moms and dads and their kids.
yep.
But what
Yep.
was like the ignition that triggered it?
You kind of said it just while speaking. I got uncomfortable. I came to LA and people are saying, oh, if I move there, it just happens. I never changed who I was. I led with my heart, man. I show up for people. I show up for people while I'm going through a tough time. It doesn't matter. I show up for people. And I don't, again, I know we're talking about social media. I don't care. I'd probably put 10% of the people I work with on social media because I value people. I value relationships. But I just think being uncomfortable, going somewhere I've never been before, getting lonely, getting sad on the other end of that, it's like your life changes. And I'll be honest with you, Adam Levine was one of the first people that I trained when I got out here. And again, completely honest with you, I didn't know who he was. I've heard of his name. The guy who trains him in weights, Austin, was like, "Yo, Adam wants to train." I'm like, "Man, I just got out here. I'll train anyone. Are you kidding me?" Like, you know what I mean? We'll do it. Me and him ended
Yeah,
up doing
I'll
30
take it.
days straight. We ended up doing 30 days straight of training. But again, I'll be honest with you, doing right by people. He gave me so many different clients. Hey, you got to hang out, or you got to have my buddy train you. Him, Adam Sandler, Oliver Hudson, they all lived in the same kind of area. Oliver would come over. Adam was over there. Sandler. I ended up going to his house to train Oliver. Like, and I'll be honest with you, man, I probably have over 700 people on a wait list. I've never put one thing on my
That's
Instagram
awesome.
about training. Everything that I have is
Yeah.
from word of mouth. Whether Chris Paul gave this person my number, this person gave that. And I'm only saying this so people understand. Think about what we talked about. I'm a young kid from Chicago that had the dream of and goals of playing basketball. I'm now working with the 0.1% in the world with basketball. There was a bigger purpose for me than just playing basketball. The dreams and goals don't just go perfectly. Hey, I want to go to the NBA and average 20 points and be, it doesn't work like that sometimes. Sometimes there's a bigger purpose for you. But that's when you have faith. That's when you believe that everything works out how it's supposed to. And I feel like now I'm having a bigger impact ever than I would be by playing basketball. Yes, I inspire people and motivate people by my hard work. I'm now teaching them the game of basketball. But guess what? It's got nothing to do with basketball. We're doing basketball workouts. I'm building people's mindsets up. I'm making people get uncomfortable. You're the number one singer in the world. You're the number one actor in the world. Again, this is something completely different. You're going to train your mind to get uncomfortable. Because when you became that star, you didn't start off perfect. You had to go through all those tough times. Again, the basketball has led to this, but it's a mindset of making people get uncomfortable so that they can grow and become better. So again, it goes back to doing the right things, like I said, and being true to people, man. Not changing who I am. I'm just a kid from Chicago, man. I want to inspire and I want to motivate people. If I started changing who I am, none of this stuff would have happened. That's why people from middle school are like, "Yo, you're still the same crazy dude." Because that's who I'm supposed to be. I never let anyone or I never let anything change me. I don't care who you are, because we're all one of ones. I tell people every day. That's why you have to love yourself. You have to believe in yourself because nobody else can. There's no one else like you in the world, Biggie. And if you change, that means you're changing who you are for others to like you. And guess what? Nothing good's going to come from that. So I always tell
Amen.
people do right, show up, do the right things, and everything else takes care of itself, man. It really does.
So this is one of the reasons why I have you on, and I mentioned this before because I know you're on a mission to inspire, and I want to be able to help others and inspire others as well. So for a person and for any listener, I want you to be able to speak to any listener right now who listens to this or hears this or even watches the video of this. For any person filled with doubt and fear, what would you say to them for them? Because I think that's kind of one of the hardest parts, right? Because like you said, the mind is an incredible thing, but it could also, if you work it and if you work it to the way it's supposed to be worked, saying, yes, I can do it versus no, I can't do it. It's amazing what you can accomplish. So I'm just kind of curious, what would you say to someone who has doubt and fear when they're like, I don't think I can do it, AJ. I don't think I can do it.
You got to throw that out, man. Because again, I said your words are your biggest source of motivation. So whatever you tell yourself, you're gonna do it. And again, this again. I didn't just say, you know what, I'm the greatest. I'm gonna believe in myself. I've had to get knocked down and keep showing back up and believe in myself even more. And again, it goes back to that gratitude of saying, man, I'm grateful for this. I have this. I can do this. Your self talk. Watch how you self talk. I tell people all the time, oh, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. You're saying exactly what you can't do. You literally have to, everything's a choice. When you wake up, you either have gratitude or you don't. You either wake up, you either go to the gym or you don't. You either, when you wake up, you either tell yourself, I can do it, or you just sit in self doubt. Self doubt is always going to be there. I have self doubt every day. Look at what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. I doubt myself every day. That doesn't define who I am. Now, if I let those actions control it, yeah, I'm letting those control my life, but I'm in control of everything. I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of how I show up. And anything that I can't control or change, I must let it go. But how you talk to yourself is the biggest thing, because people don't realize it. You sometimes self sabotage. And I've been there before. That's why I can speak on this. Man, you suck, dude. You won't be able to do it. You think you're going to be. And then I started changing it. I want to become the number one trainer in the world. You know what? I will become the number one trainer in the world. When people say try, I say take try out of your vocabulary. Well, I'm going to try and lose. If I told you, Biggie, hey, I'm going to try and lose 15 pounds, you're like, okay, cool. He might do it. Biggie, I want you to look at me. I'm not going to stop
I'm
until I
gonna
lose
lose
15.
15 pounds.
I'm like, dang, this dude, he's not going to, he won't
Yeah.
stop until he accomplishes that. It's how you speak to yourself. It's the words you put in, not into your own mind, but into the universe. It determines your life. And that's why it's so important. Self doubt is okay, but you cannot believe in that. You must continue to do so. And when you start to do so, your thoughts start to change. Wait, hang on. I could do it. That's why I say you don't have to be great to start. We all psych ourselves out every day. Well, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. Every day that you wait, every day that you don't progress, it gets harder. And every day you show up, it doesn't get easier, you get stronger. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's mentally, you must show up. If you don't show up, nothing happens. Show up. You can control that.
1%.
Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
1%, literally.
No, I get it, man. I get it. And hey, and talking into the universe, I want you to put it out into the universe. What is it that you want to put out into the universe for yourself and your mission?
Oh, I love that. What do I want to put out into the universe? Man, I wanna put more love into the universe, man. I want to put more positivity. And that's what I'm doing. Every day, man. I'd say last 3 weeks, I've done 8 speeches. Literally spoke to, whether it was 180 kids, whether it was the Hyatt Business Club, business sales. It's like, this isn't kids anymore. This isn't middle school. This is all walks of life. And again, it's been built off my challenges. It's been built off my tough times that I could go speak to anyone now. And so I want to put more love into the universe. I want to put more positivity in the universe. I want to help more people. So that's what I'm going to put out in the universe. I'm going to keep showing up and keep making it happen, because it's a choice. If you say you're going to do something, you do it, because that's all you have is your word. When I tell people I'm going to do something, for the 99% of, like, I try my best unless something crazy happens. But again, it goes back to your mindset, because when you say you're going to do something and you do it, your life keeps getting better. Man, I could do this. I could do this. We'll talk about later. The quote book. I've been saying the stuff I was going to do 3 years ago. How come I just did it in the last 2 weeks? I just got it done because I'm doing. You got to keep doing. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah, man. It's funny that you say that, because I started doing more of the writing down everything that I'm going to do, but then to, like, as a checklist more to then do it. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to check those things off. But at the same time, I will say that, like, selfishly, I will say I probably had you on not only for me to inspire others, but to inspire me, because, like, my big thing is, I always, especially when it comes to, like, my clothing brand, my podcast, all these things, like, I don't look at it as, and I don't, and maybe it's a mindset. I have to change the mindset, because my mindset's not that I think I can or I will. It's more of the, enjoy doing this, and opportunities will come, because I will continue working hard and improving and just keep my head down and just keep doing my thing, and the opportunities will come. I'm not going to go the route of saying I'm going to have, like, the largest clothing brand, or I'm going to be one of the top. I just want to, basically, my whole thing for me is, and at least my mindset is, I want to be able to just keep building, keep growing, keep doing and improving and getting to the next level, but also at the same time keep helping other people and being able to do as much. Because sometimes I think, I don't know, at least for me, I try not to look at it as what I'm going to do, but what we can do. Like, you know
Yep.
what I mean? Like, sometimes, and that's kind of
Yeah.
always one of those things that's
Yeah.
always interesting, because
But everyone's different. You might say there and say, hey, I want to inspire more. The guy next to you might say, I want to have the biggest podcast in the world. I just want to help 10 people. That's why I say everybody's in their own lane. You don't compare
yeah,
yourself
man.
to anyone. It's what you feel, what makes you happy every day. That's why I tell people, do what makes you happy. So many people in the world are like, oh, well, I think this person's going to, people aren't thinking like that, because everyone's got their own things that they're dealing with. That's why you have to self believe in yourself of what you want to do. I'm fulfilled every day because I'm doing what I said I would do. I want to inspire. I want to motivate. So I'm doing that. My purpose. When these kids tell me, hey, you changed my life, you make me want to lose weight. When these business people are like, hey, I just had one of my best sales days because of your talk, that's fulfillment. Oh, well, that may not make others happy. This isn't for them. I'm helping others, but this is my joy. This is what I love doing. That's why I say, do what you love to do every day. I'm not, you think this is work to me? Come on, man. I prayed to be here. I would do anything
Yeah.
to be here in this spot. And then when you
Yeah.
get here, how do you handle it? Huh? Are you kidding me? Dang, you show up every day? Yes, because this is, you see the good for the last couple of years. I've been on this journey for 20 something years. That's why I
Yeah,
say
man.
everyone's journey
No.
is different. And the bigger
Yeah.
the goal, the harder you work, the more you'll have to sacrifice, the more you'll have to believe in yourself. If you don't give up, you can do anything. And I say that because I look at how we started. If I would have gave up 20 years ago, I wouldn't be in these rooms talking to people because I gave up. No, there's no time limit on your dreams and goals. It may be 4 years, it may be 10 years, it may be 20 years. I'm just starting to do the stuff that I said 20 years ago, man. I had to rebuild myself after basketball. I had to repick myself up. I lost everything. I lost my entire life from the age of 3 to 24, 35. I've only been on this journey of 10 years of like this new life. You got to pick
Yeah.
yourself back up. It's when you get knocked down, how do you show back up? Oh, well, this is hard. I know it's hard. If it was easy again, I say everybody would do it. Everybody would have what they have, what they want. It's
Exactly.
not like that. You must put the work in. And you must believe, though. You must believe before you do it. In basketball, I had to believe I could play with the best before I outworked everybody. I didn't just show up and say, I'll be the best. It doesn't work like that. You must believe in you, in whatever you want, before you go out into the world and actually do it. Because no one's going to believe in you until you do it.
And put the work in.
No,
Definitely put
come
the
on.
work
The
in.
biggest.
Yeah. That's how it is, man. I always like to ask my guests, and obviously you probably have nailed it like numerous times, but I'm going to ask it anyhow because there's something I always ask. What advice would you give someone wanting to start something?
Start it. Start it today. Doesn't need to be perfect. Doesn't I got to have everything together? And I'm saying that because that's what I've done for the majority of my life. I've waited and waited and waited. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, Biggie. I don't know. I know people are like, oh, well, that's weird. No, I'm present right now. Whatever I can do today, I will do it today. I need to just start it. There's stuff that psychs me out. It's taken years to do it. I'm not doing that anymore. That is not the belief in myself. I need to just start it. You don't need to be, what's the quote? You don't need to be great to start. You just need to start it. Whether it's going to the gym, I'm going to do 10 minutes in the gym today. Yo, if I want to start the book, I'm just going to start writing 10 minutes in my book a day. Every day, that's why I say daily deposits. Every day, 1% better. There are no home runs. You're not going to hit a home run and lose 35 pounds tomorrow. You're not going to build the book tomorrow. Everything takes time. And the bigger the goal, the bigger the dream, the more you'll have to dedicate yourself every day. Every day, 1% better. Every day, 1% into the work. Because if you're doing something, it's more than nothing. But you cannot let the mind psych us out and say, you know what, I'm going to do it later. I'll just start it later. I'm not ready. You're telling yourself everything you can't do. You're not ready. You won't be able to do it. You must speak life into yourself every day, Biggie. You must tell yourself, I can do this. Anything that I want in my life, I am worthy. I've had to speak like I have to speak to myself like that every day. I don't get that from anybody else. And I got great friends. But I'm just saying, it starts with you. And you said, man, how do I get that energy to go back off that? When people give me love, when people give me, it's like 50 times of what I give because it feels so good because I'm not expecting it. I put my love out there. So when people send me these messages of you, it's like, you just put another battery in my back. You know what I mean? You just filled me up because I'm not looking for that, but I know the impact. And I'm human. I tell people all the time, I'm human. I give love every day, whether it's 100 DMs a day. People, I'm responding to them. To people I don't know, I'm on this earth. I'm on this earth to inspire, to help, to motivate. So it's like when people come to me and like, yo, you got a crazy glow to you. I don't know who you are, but like I don't know, but there's something weird about you. And I'm like, man, Friday, Wednesday blessings, whatever it is, you woke up today. And they're like, I needed to hear that. So it's just like me being me. I'm not dimming my light. We all have a light
Yeah.
to shine, not to shine for ourselves. We shine to help others. You're shining your light on a podcast, doing what you love, but you're also helping others. You're also uplifting small business owners, creators, whatever it is. So that's why I say your life is bigger than you. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
doing a podcast for me. No, you don't know how many lives you're changing, man. You don't know how many people you're
I love
helping.
it. I love it. Dude, and what I also love the fact is like if you really think about it, the 1%, you improve 1% every day. You go back, look back in a month, that's like you just put in all this time, all this equity that you just built in just by taking that first step. And I think that's the most important part of it, is being able to do that. I want you to talk a little bit about the mindset everything starts with you book. that you decided to do. I want you to tell people a little bit about it. I want you to be able to kind of, and then obviously I want you to be able to share how they'll be able to get it when the time when it's available. So that way we can share it and people can get it and be able to use it and look at it. What can they expect when they pick up one of these books? I saw a bunch of them being given out when you were talking all around and doing almost like a circuit. It felt like you were doing a circuit, speech circuit, especially in Orlando, man. I saw you everywhere.
Man, I'm so incredibly grateful, but it's that impact. What do I want to do? I want to keep having an impact on the world. So when I go speak, whether it's kids, high schools, colleges, business people, like so many, I've realized like, yo, like, is there more I could get from you? Is there like, and I did a book back in college where I'm going to probably re-release it and just add some different stuff. But right now we're doing mindset, which is just 50 quotes that I've wrote. You know, over time, it's like you said it, you love writing. I love writing. Oh man, nobody's going to like really like this. That was my self-doubt myself until I realized, like, man, I can change people's lives with my words. When I posted on Instagram, my stories where people are like, yo, this changed my day. Man, I needed to hear this. So it's just sometimes when you have that day and you open up and you're like, the work you do in private always shows in public. Protect your peace. You were created to shine, not settle. Like this stuff is, I know it's helping people because it's helped me in my everyday life, not in my workouts, not in my, but just there. Hang on. Okay, I was going through a tough time. You can't cheat the grind. What you put in is exactly what you get out. So it's like I want people to understand that sometimes you just pick that up and you read a quote in a day. You're like, you know what? I needed to hear that, or I needed to read that. So for me, I wanted to do it because it's the everlasting impact, man. You know what I mean? I could go do these speeches, but 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now, man, I saw your mindset quote book. I appreciate that. I was going through a really, really tough time of self doubt. Man, I picked it up. Those quotes were incredible. And again, you think the quote's perfect? Heck no, it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but it's from me. It's from my heart. So to me, it's perfect because it's like I'm leading with the heart. I'm helping people. It won't ever be perfect. I psyched myself out for years doing this. I won't. Nobody's gonna like it. And then guess what? When you do it, it's like, man, your quotes help me. Kids from college, man, I had my best game when I read that quote. Like it's the impact. The impact. That's why I said we're not looking for perfection. There's nothing perfect. No day is perfect. No life is perfect. You make it perfect to whatever that is to you. If that's showing up every day and giving 100%, yeah, I got a perfect life then, man, because I'm doing what I said I would do. Anything I can't control or change, I can't worry about it. But everything I can, I'm in control of that, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability every day. That is why I did the mindset. I'm looking to have it on Amazon the next week. So well, I'll put it on my socials, whatever. I even appreciate you putting it on there,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna get
I
it out
will.
regardless, man. Whether it's showing up to these schools, whether it's just it's bringing a different attitude to people, man. And I just want people to know
I
if I
love it.
can do it, you can do it.
I what I love about it is, and I had another friend of mine. His name, he goes by Foolies, and he had a book like that, and I put it on. I bought one and I put it on my desk at work. So whenever I'm like, and I flip through it, and like sometimes you just need that word. You just need some extra words of encouragement. You need that, and what better way to do it than be able to do something quick and easy? It's not like you have to like, it's like it's quick and easy. That's the thing I loved about the book when I saw it, because I was like, I want one of those, because I was like, I love the fact that it's like you literally can just flip, just close your eyes, flip, and guess what? That's the universe telling you
You'll get something.
that's
Yep.
the message you
Yep.
needed to hear today.
Yep. And I just thought creating mindset was so important because I'm like, everything I speak about mindset, attitude, but I threw the one in there because everything starts with you. Your mindset, your attitude, your energy, your belief. That's all you. Nobody can do that for you. So I put that in there because I just thought it was so powerful. And again, it's so aligned when you start to really put it out there and not look for perfection. It's like everything just starts to open doors that weren't opening before. They're blowing open right now. But it's me getting uncomfortable, man. It's that the self doubt will always be there. It's not, it's how you show up every day, and man, those thoughts don't define me. I got to keep doing it because anytime you do big things, anytime that you do something that's a little nervous, a little scared, the mind's gonna try and psych you out. It wants you to go back to your old ways.
Hey, out of curiosity, do you, because I feel like obviously like the way the mind works and everything like that. I'm just kind of curious. Do you also journal, and then do you also go the route of like, I don't know, like I've seen some practices where, and I'm trying to get better at this, where I'm writing down like the things obviously I'm grateful for, but I'm also writing
Yeah.
down like the little victories, so that way at the end of the year, or heck, even when I'm having those moments, there's like almost like a whole area for you to be able to pick up and look at. Because what happens is, I feel like we go in a mindset where we're very like short term minded, and short minded instead of long term, right? So a lot of times we forget all the wonderful things. Same idea with the 1%. All the 1% add up, And as those 1% add up, you look back at your journey and you're like, man, look how far I've gone. But you don't remember that when you're in the journey because of the self doubt. So do you have do you do something like that where you like write down the wins or write down the amazing things so that way you can kind of maybe even go back and look at it and remember it, celebrate it of like, hey, these are all the victories I had, man. Look at all the things I did. Do you
I'm
do
gonna be
anything
hon-
like that?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You just made me better because I'm even thinking in my mind. Because again, I do my gratitude. I write it down where it's like, man, these are wins for me. Where I'll tell myself even in my mind because some people write it. It's better to write it down. So you're gonna make me better at writing those down. But it's I'm constantly self talking to myself every day of like, yo, the win. You're winning. We're alive. We're healthy. We're winning. So I need to be maybe better with writing more down of like, man, you did this, you did, because then I think it just adds up, like you said, that 1%. But besides that gratitude and besides the speaking to myself, that's probably the most I do besides read and do that stuff there. But you just, again, this is why you get on people's podcasts. This is why you talk, because it's like, hopefully I'm not just adding value to you. You just added value to me. That's
Well,
why we're on this
I
earth.
appreciate, but I seriously like we like literally one of the things that we did in our household, and I'll admit we need to be better at it, but we basically got like a mason jar type thing, and we grabbed post-it notes, and we every time we had a win, whether it was like, hey, I got this, or something that meant something for you, we deposited into the jar, and then at the end of the year,
Love
what
that,
we
man.
did was and I was trying to do it in a way where I was doing it in life and in business because obviously those are like they're all the same thing in my world because it's all me, but I was trying to separate it and do it that way where then at the end of the year you can go back in and look in that jar and remember and recall those things because I don't know, like I work in a corporate job and at the end of the year they tell me like what was the year in review? And I was like, I don't know because I don't remember what I did 6 months ago. But then when you go back and you do recall these things, you're like, man, look at all the things I've accomplished. And then that gives you perspective of how far you've gone in that journey, you know? And I think that's like so important because like you and I think it's so great what you do of the self-talk constantly and being able to do that. I don't know if you write yourself, if you have like if you write yourself anything like or in like around just like you said your brother would leave you messages. Do you
I got
have stuff
stuff
like
all
that
over the
around your
house.
house?
I got stuff all over the house by the bed, just stuff that I've written, quotes, just different
Yeah,
stuff. It's
man.
constantly, it's a lifestyle. I'm not doing it for a good day. I'm doing it for a great life. So
Correct.
it's what you
Correct, man.
see, it's what you watch, it's what you read. Everything is in alignment. So if it's not aligning with you, it's taken away from what you're really doing. So it's like I got it by the kitchen. I got little stuff over there by my bed, by there in the bath. It's like I have it everywhere because it's a lifestyle. So I
Yeah.
see it. Oh man,
Brushing your
okay.
teeth, you see it. I get it, man. I get it.
It's every day,
I have
man.
notes. I have
I
notes
love that.
everywhere. I'm starting to put notes everywhere as well on my around me to remind me because the mind is like you said, you are one in your mindset on this.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
the more you practice, and I think that's really the key. The practice is just like you said, what you put in practice is how it is in the game. I know Allen Iverson, it's just practice, but I understand like the more you practice these skills of positive thinking, the thought process of motivating yourself or saying or changing your thought process, the better it becomes and easier it becomes to be able to change that mindset in your life. So I totally get it, man.
1,000%. 1,000%. And it doesn't happen in a day. Otherwise, again, you heard me say it all day. Everybody
Yeah.
would do it. I'm going to be
Yep.
positive for today. And then everything. No, it's taken me 30 years to get to this point in my life, man, to be this positive, to rewire the brain. I've had to rewire the brain and tell myself everything that I can do because all I heard as a young kid is what I can't do. You're telling me what you can't do. You don't know the size of my heart. You don't know the work I'm willing to put in. That's why I told anybody that tells you something, get away from those type of people because they're telling you what they can't do, not what you can't do.
Yeah, don't reflect that negative energy to me. I don't need any
Yep.
of that negative
Keep
energy in
away.
my
Stay
life.
away.
Where can people follow you?
Yep.
Obviously, I know I dropped it, but is there any other place?
The socials you can do Instagram, hey Rumpza 3. I don't know if the TikTok has the same name. It's funny, man. The TikTok I started right when it came out, almost 700,000 followers. I've had a bigger impact on that. I just don't post as much on there where I need to get back to it. But it's like anything, man. It's if you want to inspire, you want to motivate, you're gonna have to put it out there. Especially now with social media, where it's like where I'm like, I don't want to put it. It's like these are your dreams and goals, not for you, but be able to inspire people. And sometimes, like we said, the quote, whatever it is, sometimes it takes that one video for someone to see, man. That's why I'm putting more of the college videos up of being like, if I could do it, you could do it. You know what I mean? Where people understand, like, I'm showing real clips of me playing. I was a 4 year Division I starter at 5'7", 5'8", whatever it is. We got all different heights, but it's like, if I can do it, you can absolutely do anything. And I don't mean just in basketball. I mean in everyday life.
Life. Yeah, man. No, I
Like,
love it. AJ, thank you so much
man, you
for
kidding
being
me?
on for being on, man. I really appreciate it. Everyone definitely go check out AJ Rompza. You know, when you'll see him at A Rompza 3, obviously we'll if you're following, you'll know when he starts dropping everything. Just as we're listening to this, take a follow, give him a follow, just look at what he does. Not only will you be probably mesmerized by half the trick shots that he's done, but just the energy, and even if you just need that extra person to tell you, hey, you got this, be grateful, and you need a reminder, guess what? He's my reminder every day,
Oh
because I pretty
man.
much follow him on all my socials. So definitely
And
make sure to check him out online.
before we get off,
Yeah,
Big, I just want to say, not to cut you off, but I appreciate, man. We fast
please.
forward 15 years later. You gave me so much love back in college, and I tell people all the time, man, I'm on this journey. When I went back, not even just back, but people that have helped me on this journey or supported. It's like I'm in a position now where it's like I can spread the love even more. And sometimes it's awkward from man to man to be like, oh, like I'm like, yo, I love you, I appreciate it. But like, what just the support you've given to me as a freshman, as a sophomore, the love, like there's been so much. So I'm telling the people that's been a part of this journey, I'm grateful for it because you didn't have to do anything. We talked about everything's a choice. So I appreciate you, and I just want you to
Well,
know that.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. You you are a big part. Like the whole thing of being like, I was like, as a Kirk's Jerks, I was a huge fan of Kirk, and obviously Kirk's Jerks and just hoops. And I'm actually really sorry that I didn't get to go to the game, because I saw that you were on campus, and we could have met up. But but I was one of those things where, like, that was probably some of my most fun times, of the fact of the culture and the family that was created. Like, I think, like, between my friends, the players, the family, like even Kirk's family, and like all of you guys, like the fact that, like, I was talking to a Hall of Fame basketball player. His name is Calvin. Totally forgot his last name, but he was like one of the first basketball players with Torchy Clark, and he basically was. I told him that I was a Kirk's Jerks, and that one of the things that I loved about it was that community and that family creating that we created, because you guys were one of the first ones to actually go around and actually like high five all of us, and like include us into the thing. And so that was one of the big things that I think was so important, because you helped create that culture that we've created, that you've seen. And it's probably amazing what you coming back, seeing what it is. I mean, obviously I knew you played in the arena, but you were one of the first ones to play in the arena, but like what it's been created and what has happened, you were a founding piece of that.
Man, I appreciate that. And that's like I said, those are some of my best memories ever. And it wasn't from the basketball and hitting game winning shots. It was the people that I met. That's why this last week, man, I was supposed to be there there for 3 days. I changed my flight 4 times because I'm like, man, the love here is so real. And I wanted to make sure I saw the people that had an impact on my journey, man, because I'm like, I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So I want to see all the people that literally helped me as a young kid at 18 years old, moved from Chicago to Florida to go fulfill my dreams and goals. I don't think people get that. Leaving my family, leaving my friends, leaving everything that I know to be like, yo, these are the dreams and goals. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So it's like it's scary, but it's like that's how you get to your dreams and goals. It's not gonna be perfect, like we said, man. So I embrace the love. I appreciate it more than people know, man. Just Florida was such a special place for me, but it was really the souls, man. It was the people that I met that, again, 15 years later, it's like we're still being able to give the love. Like, that's how you know it's genuine. That's how you know it's real love, man. So,
I love that, dude.
so
I
it's
I really
amazing,
do appreciate it.
man.
Thank you so much for that. If you're listening and you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe. If you want to support my brand, check out Deli Fresh Threads. Make sure
So,
to tell your friends about me. And thank you until next time. Keep eating sandwiches and follow your passion.